Right, hang on. Right, remember last time, this was our second attempt after the very terrible first attempt. I mean, what can I say? It's bad. The only thing is probably somewhere toward what we're trying to achieve. Howdy, partners, by the way. Uh, the bird isn't bad. The sun, kind of melting into the background, kind of getting better, but it's just a bit of a smudge. We're trying to do this. What did that achieve? Nothing. We tried to do a path which just looks like a fallen tree with a long, like a long branch of a tree. To be honest, the trees, as you can see, not very good. It's just all one colour. But I did add, a little camp, to tent with a little fire, and we made it pointy now instead of flat. So, I tried to make that a little bit better, just to say it was a nice tent and fire. Didn't come out on the rest, which doesn't surprise me. But as you know, last time we ended up with this one. Okay, that's how we finish it. We were following along with Bob Ross, as you know, to try and do this. Okay, so we were trying to get the essence of Bob. We weren't trying to. It's not an exact copy, but we've got trying to kind of do what he says. Kind of bits across there. Didn't quite work out so well because obviously these brushes don't behave the same as Bob's because he's doing it in real life. They are real brushes. These are, it's digital, so it's not going to reproduce it exactly. Even Jess, is kind of trying to adapt to this digital mode. But as you can see, we got the kind of essence of what he's trying to do. We're kind of done a dark bit here. Now, since then, because this was as far as we got when I did that video with, painting along with Bob. Okay, so we've kind of just, iterated on that. If you don't mind me coming out of big words. So yeah, I think the previous one was this one. Remember, that was our second attempt, But again, I was trying to improve on the trees there. Anyway, let's get to the crux of the matter. So this is, I've continued on since Bob's. Okay, so we were kind of, So, I started to, kind of get in essence more of what Bob was trying to do, right? But the very latest one, this one, is, it's kind of the progress I've made so far. So, be honest, what do you think? I mean, this doesn't look bad. I may have overdone it with the orange. Brown leaves. I mean, I may have overdone it, but my trees do not look quite right. They're too samey, everything's the same. There's no kind of breaking up. Doesn't look quite the same. But by putting dark and then another kind of layer and then another layer on top, it's kind of improved it a bit. Did some nice grass and a log. Not too bad. A little bit of rock there, although it doesn't look right at all. Looks more like it could be a perspective view of a bridge going across. But we kind of got there. We kind of got an essence of Bob, which is what we were trying to achieve. Now, of course, since then, Jess has done it. Now, you remember Jess's, so it's just this is just a short video just to show how far we've got, because I'm not going to play this all the time. It's just odd occasion when I'm in a painty mood. So as we saw Jess's. This was her first attempt, by the way. Just want to reiterate how much further she's progressed just on this one trial. Okay. But since then, Jess has done. She hasn't continued with this. She's gone on to do a portrait. Now, I thought this was one of the pictures here, but this is actually. Now, I can't watch Jess while she does it. I can watch it on the phone, but obviously the phone's small, and it's a bit jittery. It doesn't always come out smooth, so it's kind of jerky. But this is what Jess painted. I think she had a reference picture up here. So she's not overlaying it. As far as I know, she wasn't overlaying it. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, Jess. But she had the picture there and she tried to copy it. Right. So I think you'll agree, way ahead of me with her second attempt. I'm on about 5 attempts at the moment, and Jess is obviously way above me now. So she knows her stuff. So she's slowly getting used to it. She does this in real life. She's done oil painting, she's done watercolour painting. So she has more of an angle of it than I have. I've only probably ever done it twice in my life. You know, when I was at school, you know, before I went to secondary school, and I was apparently pretty good then. Apparently, according to class, I was rated, you know, quite okay. You know, probably a little bit above okay. But I never did it again until I was 40. So did an oil painting then, and did the odd watercolour. But I think you'll agree that was a fantastic one by Jess, and you know, she's probably got to do a bit more on the legs yet. That's as far as she got, because it makes the head hurt, because obviously this thing is quite heavy. I've got a strap on at the back which kind of balances it more, but you know, Jess has got a small head, and you know, it kind of gives her a headache after a while. You know, she does. This is probably the thing she does like about VR is, you know, it stays still, it doesn't move around, so therefore she can't get giddy. This is one of the kind of supplementary ones that you can load in, and you could just paint over that. I won't save it, of course, but you know, if you wanted to, I don't know which brush to use, but you know, so you could just try and copy this or whatever. You know, I'll just do it very briefly, but you know, you can have a look back. You know, you could do a touch of white there, just to kind of get a little bit of a grey, you know. You know, and then you could, you know, kind of go in and ruin it, you know. You know, so you could just kind of, you know, go in here and just kind of ruin it, really. So you could do that, you know, you could have that projector thing, which, if I show you that projector thing, which is, blimey, strain on the brain. Shame, can I move to, actually, let's point it in this direction, make it easier for my neck. That's what I'm trying to think now. Of course, layers is a good way to go. You can, you know, if you were doing, say, the cabin, and I didn't want it to go over the top of the background, and I could just put it on a separate layer. So therefore, whatever I paint on this layer will not affect any of this layer. So you can go down the route of using layers to instead of turning the mixing down to 0. Just try, and don't forget you can save your palettes, because I've saved one there. And you can also save this to your studio, which I do believe it actually, you know, shows it on the wall. I don't think I'm not sure if I've actually done that yet, but apparently I think you can hang them on the wall, so, or put them in the gallery or something. But I mean, I don't want to share just Facebook. I want that option to go to YouTube. Save to device, yes. You know, please give us more options, please. And a 3D model, it kind of gives a rougher feel, you know, kind of gives a roughness to it. It's like, it's quite smooth there, as you can see. As soon as we go to the model, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of tries to kind of, you know, kind of give it a little bit of depth. Okay, and of course you can stroke it, you know, you can have fun with it, you know. I personally love to stroke it, you know. And as I say, this is a good tool to use. Keep this open all the time. So you can gradually, you know, if you want it to mix, do that. You know, that's kind of default. Mix it more, mix it less, or, you know, turn that right down. And then this is your thickness. So you can, let me just do a new photo. Just give you an idea. So start a new painting. Big one, you know, be great. I'll get a big brush, you know. Just give you an idea of what I'm trying to say. Well, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But, you know, say we just kind of do this, you know, with that kind of setting, okay? Yeah, so I could now take another colour, say. So we can press A, don't forget. We can clang against that air like that, like Bob Ross style. we can do it on the rag. And there's supposed to be a fourth way, but I can't remember. I don't think it's that one, that's thinner. But say I wanted to put, say, some white in there, you know, grey. Yeah. If I try to do that now, right? It's not really blending there. It's not really blending at all. It's completely wiping it out. But if I got to say default and clean it and do the same thing, right? Now it's trying to mix in with the other colour, as you notice, although I've kind of ruined the white, to be honest. Sorry, but that's not the one I wanted. Let's go to the default one because I don't want to ruin my own. Alright, so, you know, kind of go with the white now. So, now if we do this, it will kind of, you know, it's kind of mixing in. As you can see, it's gradually picking up the black and introducing it, you know, to everybody else. Alright. And then, you know, you can go for a real mixy job. You know, you can go real mixing where you can just come in here. Hang on, let's do a real thick lot. And you know, you can start off, and it very quickly is losing its essence there. You know, it's barely any. So, I know. So this is the kind of thing you can do, which you can kind of improve your paintings a little bit. So you notice, you know, it's fading out a lot quicker. Alright, so you can play around with this, make it, you know, so it's very thin. Actually, let's do the black again. Let's do a bit more black so we can show what we're doing. So as you see, nicely plastered on there. Right, but you know, we go out, you know, full bore like that, you know, with some mixing. Let's try and turn that down. Alright, okay, but we could go to say very small on that and go, you know, so it's not adding too much. As you can see, it's a very low amount of grey there, so you can adjust that thickness as well. So use all these techniques of adjusting these as you're painting. It's kind of nice to have this up at all times, so that as you're switching between paints and whatever, you can, you know, if you want to make something show up really well, you know, obviously take the mixing right off, put that is quite big like that, grab all of you know, say a nice red like this, and you know, it's not really going to mix at all. Okay, I don't know why, but I love, you know, eventually it will, but it takes a long time to do it. So you can kind of do all that, or you can go real thin like this, you know, and it's, you know, it's not putting on too thick. It'll probably run out of paint quicker. Maybe not. I don't know, does that make any difference? I don't know. But anyway, these are very good things to have at your substance, you know, really well. And of course you have the blending brush, which, you know, Jess says, you know, she can do that with this one. You know, I don't argue with Jess at all. You know, if you can do it with that one, you know, you can mix things like that. You can still mix it, you know, you can do that with the normal brush, but apparently this one is kind of a little bit more intricate. I mean, you know, it kind of does a better job of that. So it's kind of, yeah, kind of a more tasteful view, you know. It's kind of, I suppose it's kind of blurring it, I suppose, but it's nice to have this one. It's still picking up paint. As you can see, we can, you know, just kind of smooth this off, but we find with that it does kind of make it out of focus a bit, whereas, you know, if we do it with that one, I don't think there's quite so much really. Let's try and get another piece up. So I forgot what I was doing now, thickness. So yeah, you could do it like that. See, there's not too much on there, and do that. So, you know, there's, you know, a lot on there. So, you know, although it depends how much you rub it in, of course. I think I'll say that. I mean, that's abstract. It's called 3 rocky outcrops. You know, because you can get away with that stuff nowadays. You know, you can say, "Oh, this is, you know, a portrayal of the human struggle against society." You know, and people will pay £1 million for that. You know, just invent some weird, you know, That's the kind of trouble with modern art. It's not modern art. It's not trying to create something beautiful, fantastic, and amazing. Abstract is more of a throw something up there. Say it's an industrial combine harvester. You know, even though it's an absolute this is an industrial combine harvester. Which is obviously it's made by Ray. So, and people look into it and go, yeah, I can see that you've got that combine harvester feel. It's where it's ploughing the field there, and the field's starting to grow. I mean, see people, you could give that trash to stuff, and people go, oh yeah, I can see that. I can see what you mean. It is like, see what I mean? You can fool anybody with that stuff. That's not art. Art is, well, I was going to show mine, but art is, this is art, is when you produce works of art. That is artiste. That isn't artiste. Okay? Not this mumbo jumbo stuff that you call, this looks like a nice night scene. Yeah, night scene. But you could say this is, I don't know. I'm trying to think of some god. Valhalla. This is Valhalla assessing the madness of humankind. And people go, "Oh, really? Oh, blimey! I must have that painting. How much do you want for it? Oh, 2 million? Yeah, I'll give you 3. Yeah, it's just a a night scene, a kind of a nice kind of sunset evening, whatever, storm, I don't know, but you can come up with any kind of crush, can't you? Anyway, that's all I want to say today. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll leave you with Jess because, and I'm trying to get her to do one where just do, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes of her painting. She don't have to be talking much. So I'm going to try and find a way of just recording a little bit of her in action. Okay? She's kind of gone to her profile now, so she's got to come to mine if I want to show it on the internet. For some reason I can't access it on her profile, even though I'm the administrator and in charge. I don't have access to her work. I mean, I can see why that is, because obviously, it's copyright, Well, anyway, she's cool. But, so she's kind of started off rough, although she did a lot before that. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll leave you with a lovely... Oh, yeah, that was the one. She kind of took that and kind of got an essence of that. And tried, so you agree. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, it's a different background. She kind of, it's easy to do with dark. A lot of people do this dark background because it makes it easy for this to stand out. But I think she was kind of getting, I don't know if that was the exact picture, but she took a picture of that, put it up there, and then she just kind of tried to get something like it. Okay? Which was obviously, ended up to be that. So they're not exact, because I'm not sure if this is the exact photo, but anyway, I just thought I'd show you that, See, because she looks at a lot of little robins and things, and but this is better to look at this than our painting, to be honest. So she took something, and just messed around with it, really. So I hope you all enjoyed that. Well, let's leave it at that. Let's make it nice and short, and I'll see you all next time. And thank you, everyone, for watching the Vermillion ones. Give it a like and subscribe. It'd be fantastic. And thank you, Jess, for this masterpiece. And my ex-wife wants to see this, so I did this video so she can see how far we progressed since last time, because otherwise she'd have to put this on, which I ain't putting that on. I might my brain will explode. So there you are. I'll get up really close. Isn't that nice? Isn't that beautiful? And just a quick reminder about mine. I mean, do you want to see that close up? Do you want to see all the flaws there? Of course you do. It's probably better to have this like that, and kind of standing way back over there. Yeah. I'm thinking, you know, leave the room. You know, that's what I'm thinking. You know, view mine from back there. You know, go. Oh, it's not bad. You know, in fact, go around the room. You know, it's probably, you know, look at the walls. Probably more interesting than my video, really. But you know, if you think it's nice, please say how nice it is. Yeah, you got it's kind of, they've changed how this works for some reason. You know, it used to do it instantly. Oh yeah, go on. And now you got to kind of wait for it to encircle us. So I'll see you all next time. Thank you all for watching. And guess what, guys? I'll see you later. You know, give your opinion. What do you think? Bye for now. Bye.